Hey everyone, my name is Samia. I'm a Child Life volunteer, and today we'll be learning all about the binary number system. But before we get started, let's talk about the numbers we use every day. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is the decimal number system, and we use this to represent so many different types of things. For instance, we use it to calculate our age, tell the date, the time. We use it to count different things. The list goes on. But what if I told you there was a different way of representing numbers, just using ones and zeros? Well, it turns out that this is the binary number system, and it's what computers use to store information. From information about documents, other files, video game information, all of this data is eventually converted into just a series of ones and zeros, and that's what computers use. But what do these ones and zeros even mean? Well, it turns out that the position of the ones and zeros can represent different quantities. And if you have a 1 all the way to the left, that's a really big number, and if you have a 1 all the way to the right, that's a really small number. Let me show you what I mean. Here I have 8 cards laid out, and each of them have a different number of dots on them. The rightmost card has 1 dot, then 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and if you counted all of these dots, 128. Did you know that you can count all the numbers between 0 and 255 with just different combinations of these numbers laid out here? Let's just try it out and see how we can do this. Here I have the number 14 with 14 dots. Now let's just start all the way from the left. Is 128 less than or equal to 14? No, so let's just flip this card over. Moving on, is 64 less than or equal to 14? No, so let's flip this one over too. Now, is 32 less than or equal to 14? No, so we could flip this one over as well. Now, moving on to 16. Is 16 less than or equal to 14? No, so we could flip this one over too. Now, is 8 less than or equal to 14? It is. So, we're going to keep this card here, but we also have to count off 8 dots from this card right here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Effectively, we've just subtracted 8 from 14. Now, how many dots do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's move on. Is 4 less than or equal to 6? It is. Now, there's 4 dots here, so let's just cross up 4 dots here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Moving on. Is 2 less than or equal to the 2 dots we have left? It is. So we're going to keep this card up, and we're going to cross up the 2 dots. 1, 2. Now, moving on, we have 0 dots left. Is 1 less than or equal to 0? No. So now, we have to flip over the 1. Now, you're probably wondering what dots and cards have to do with ones and zeros. Well, you might have noticed that whenever we didn't use a card, we flipped it over, and whenever we did use it, we just kept it right side up. So we can actually represent the flipped over cards with zeros and the cards that just remain with ones. So we can actually write out the number 14 as the following. 0, 0, 0, 0 to represent these 4 flipped over cards, and then 1, 1, 1 to represent 8, 4, and 2, and lastly, another 0 to represent this flipped over card. So in binary, the number 14 is represented this way. Look, we've just included our first number to the binary number system, but we can have more fun with binary numbers. I just showed you how to convert 14 to the binary number system, but we can also do letters. I have this fun chart that lays out the alphabet and the numbers that represent the letters. For example, A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, all the way down to Z equals 26, since there are 26 letters. Now, I'm going to convert my initials, SG, to zeros and ones. If we look at the chart right here, S is 19 and G is 7. So we're going to use the same process to convert S, which is 19, into a binary number. So let's start from the left. Is 128 less than or equal to 19? No, so we have to flip this 128 over. Is 64 less than or equal to 19? No, so we flip this one over as well. Is 32 less than or equal to 19? Nope, so we flip this one over as well. Now, is 16 less than or equal to 19? It is, so we're going to count off 16 dots from our card right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Perfect. Now we just have 3 dots left over. So, is 8 less than or equal to 3? No, so we have to flip this one over. Is 4 less than or equal to the 3 dots left over? No, so we have to flip this one over as well. Now, looking at the 2, is 2 less than or equal to 3? It is, so we keep this card up and cross off 2 dots from our chart. Now, looking at the 1, is 1 less than or equal to the 1 dot we have left? It is, so we just cross this one off and leave this up. Now, remember, all the flipped over cards represent zeros and all the cards that are not turned over are ones. So we can write out the number 19, or S, as 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. So we're going to do the same thing for G, which is 7. And I have my card right here. So, is 128 less than or equal to 7? Nope. Just flip this one over. Is 64 less than or equal to 7? No. So we flip this one over. Is 32 less than or equal to 7? Nope. Gotta flip this one over. Is 16 less than or equal to 7? Nope. Flip this one over. Is 8 less than or equal to 7? Close, but no. So we have to flip this one over. Is 4 less than or equal to 7? It is. So we're going to keep this card up and cross off 4 dots from our thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we just have 3 dots left over. Is 2 less than or equal to 3? It is. So we're going to keep this card up and we're going to cross off 2 dots. 1, 2. Lastly, is 1 less than or equal to the 1 dot we have left? It is, so we're going to keep this card up and cross off this 1. Now we have no dots left. So, same process, we're going to convert the dots and cards to binary numbers. So, all the cards that are flipped over are zeros, and all the cards that are not flipped over are going to be ones. So, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, and the rest are ones. 1, 2, 3. So 7 represented binary is this combination right here. Now that we have our combination written out for S and G, we're almost ready to make our binary bracelet. Remember, I said that I was going to use red beads for zeros and blue beads for ones. So over all of the zeros, I'm going to place red beads, and over all the ones, I'm going to place blue beads. Now, we're almost ready to string together our bracelet. However, I don't want to get confused between this number and this number. So I'm just going to place a black bead in between and one on each end. This way, I'll know which combination represents S and which one combination represents G. One by one, I'll place each of these beads in this particular order into my string. As you can see, I've placed all of my beads in this order. This represents S and this represents G, because my red beads are zeros and my blue beads are ones. Now that I have my beads on my string, I can tie the loose ends together either to create a necklace or a bracelet. I think I'm going to choose a bracelet. All you need to do is gather your ends together. And now all you're going to do is make a loop, just like this, and then you're going to bring over the loose end through the loop. Now, you just need to tighten the loop until it becomes a knot. Once the knot is made, you can slide over your bracelet, just like this, or if you create a necklace, you can just put it over your head. Now, with the help of an adult, you can also cut off the loose end right here. I hope you all had fun learning a little bit more about binary numbers and how you can use it to convert numbers or even letters into just a series of ones and zeros. Hope you all have fun making your own bracelets or necklaces. Bye!